Woj, how exactly did this deal come together?
Yeah, Malika, the Dallas-Brooklyn talks accelerated quickly today. And the Mavericks wanted to get, I think both sides wanted to get a deal done. I think Dallas, listen, they may have put more in terms of draft compensation, draft pick compensation in the deal than they might have. But they wanted to get this thing done. They didn't want to lose Kyrie Irving elsewhere in the league. And also for Brooklyn, they were ready to be done with this Kyrie Irving situation. They got back what they hoped they would, which was a point guard, a wing player that they can plug into their lineup right now. They had Spencer Dinwiddie before. They're familiar with him. Dorian Finney-Smith, a very good wing player in this league. And now for Brooklyn, they want to get back to work. They've got the 3 draft picks they got in this trade. They have a future Philadelphia first-round pick, and they'll be aggressive with those picks to go out between now and Thursday's trade deadline to try to get more help around Kevin Durant, who, listen, quite honestly, this is an organization that wants Kevin Durant to stay committed, to stay the course with this reshaping of the roster. And I think they're going to continue between now and Thursday to do that.
And so it essentially came down to this. Hey, strike when the opportunity presents itself instead of what was probably plan A, be patient, wait to strike this summer. But it's not like there was hey, if we wait until this summer, we're definitely going to get this guy or that guy. It was wait this summer for hopefullys, maybes, and frankly, the hopefullys and maybes that we've kicked around before that we could talk about again, they aren't as talented as Kyrie. So this is a clear case of a team desperate for a superstar talent to pair with their MVP candidate. Going ahead and jumping on that opportunity and essentially saying, hey, we know the risks, especially with just a few months left on his contract. His talent justifies the risk. And then, plan B at this point, if this thing doesn't work out and it gets to summer and whether the Mavericks are like, dude, we can't go forward, or Kyrie says, you know what, I'm going somewhere, whatever, the Mavericks sort of say, hey, because they did get off some salary for next year, good players in Dorian Finney-Smith and Spencer Dinwiddie, but salary for next year, if this thing does not continue this summer with an extension or a new contract, the Mavericks will have sub-max, but they'll be positioned where they can get to max salary cap space. And, I'm sure that's music to Mavericks fans' ears, considering how many times they've heard that before. Obviously, you make this deal fully hoping they're going to make, Luka and Kyrie will make wonderful music together. Jason Kidd will be the first coach in the history of ever to get through to Kyrie. It's just going to be la-di-da-di-da-di, good times going forward. But we all understand the risk. The Mavs understand the risk, and they are significant.
Well, look, I think it's worth pointing out, right? The Mavs, right about a year ago this time, could have signed Jalen Brunson for 4 years and $54 million. Jalen Brunson, I'm here at Madison Square Garden. Jalen Brunson is starring for the Knicks. Probably should have made the All-Star team. And they're getting twice as much money as that, and has been a bargain for the Knicks, right?
The only thing I would correct is not around this time, but earlier in the season, and certainly before the season.
Right. So I was just saying like middle of last season at some point. But
correct.
That being said, the Mavericks have Jalen Brunson. There's no need to put in all these assets. So really you're talking Jalen Brunson, Dorian Finney-Smith, Spencer Dinwiddie, and a first and 2 seconds, all to get Kyrie.
For potentially like a third of a season.
Yeah. And hey, you know what? If they make a deep playoff run now, maybe it ends up being worth it. But did they seek my advice? No. Would I have advised them to make this deal? No. But it's done. They did it. They went all in. They had pressure. We've talked about the pressure that was on the Mavericks, and Luka had made it clear, hey, dude, I'm playing an MVP level. Like, come on, we're going to give ourselves a chance or what? And if this didn't present itself, I think they could have said, hey, man, we get it. trust us, it's priority one. Here's the plan going forward this summer. But I don't think with this presenting it, I think it would have been very difficult for them to look Luke in the eye. I'm talking Nico Harrison. I'm talking about Mark Cuban, Jason Kidd to a certain extent, for them to look Luke in the eye and say, hey, we could have gotten that Kyrie deal done. We just didn't think it was worth it. I know this team's not going anywhere this year, but this summer we're going to strike. That would have been tough. That would have been a really tough sell.